Well, today begins Black History Month, a time to pause and look back at the influence of Black history on American history. And a local performer has seen his share on the streets of South Central L.A. Chester Whitmore has witnessed the transformation of L.A. over the decades, and he has some stories to tell. CBS 2's DeMarco Morgan was all ears.
He jokingly calls himself etc., 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 a local dance icon who moonlights as a band leader, filmmaker, martial artist, and most importantly, historian of South LA's Central Avenue. As we kick off Black History Month, we begin by taking a walk back through time with the one and only Chester Whitmore.
You talk about American music, you're talking about black music, African music. You're talking about dance, you're talking about black dance.
And there is no better dance master than Chester Whitmore. When not touring, Chester, who performs all over the world, teaches not only dance, but the vibrant history of black influence on entertainment. I first met Chester pre-COVID back in November of 2019.
Chicago, Bronxville, New York City, Harlem, Los Angeles, Central.
The storied history of South LA's Central Avenue from the 1920s until the mid-50s.
You could walk down Central at 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning, for 8 miles and hear nothing but music.
There is no place that's seen more of Central Avenue's cultural influence than the Dunbar Hotel.
The first high-rise luxury hotel built for blacks.
These days, the Dunbar is a historical monument that houses low-income singers, but in its prime, it was not only glamorous, but also groundbreaking. You see, black artists had been performing in Los Angeles since the late 1800s, but because of racism and segregation,
black entertainers did not have a place to stay when they come to town. You either slept on the bus or at a church somewhere.
But once this hotel opened up in 1928,
everybody came here to stay. This was the happiness place. You had the Duke Ellington room, Dorothy Dandridge room. The Nicholas brothers would come here.
Ah, the Nicholas brothers, that legendary duo. While best known for their show-stopping performance in 20th Century Fox's 1943 classic, Stormy Weather.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known that I could dance.
Chester remembers Fayard Nichols, the older of the two, as his tap teacher. When they met in the early 1970s, Chester was a kid, and Fayard was a man with a flat tire.
Nobody was helping him. And I had my bicycle with my little tap shoes on there. I said, hey, let me help this guy out.
Fayard spotted Chester's shoes.
He said, you're a tap dancer. I said, yeah, I'm trying to be there. He said, you know, I tap dance.
Fayard started working with young Chester. 2 years later, still...
I didn't know who he was until I looked at an old movie late at night, 1943, Stormy Weather. I said, that's you. It was him.
The steps Chester learned then and still works non-stop perfecting today have roots in West Africa.
The slaves that were brought in, they were separated. Can't talk their own languages. But the main thing they maintained was with the rhythms. So when they came to America, they can pick up sticks, rocks, bottles, whatever it was, in order to duplicate that sound.
There were no books, but
they remembered the rhythm, so they just started to drop it into their feet.
Black dance in America has since evolved and influenced American culture several times over.
You have ragtime, you have your swing, which Charleston, and Charleston came out of the cakewalk. You got your bebop, rebop, rhythm and blues, and then it goes rock and roll, soul, and then you got your disco.
In the post-COVID world, Chester hopes to return to his passion, performing and teaching black history through dance. Chester's next project, a 3-day virtual dance, music, and LA Black History Marathon. We have all the details on our website, cbsla.com.